All right. This was a pretty fucked up game.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Doki Doki!
Hey everyone, Too Late Reviews here. I got my brother Ryan here with me, and we're doing a review on the Doki Doki Literature Club game. I'd just like to point out by saying, this is basically Higurashi the fucking game. Almost, kind of.
Maybe. It's fucked up.
Extremely fucked up.
Bit of a mind fuck.
If you're going into this, okay, first things first, if you're going into this game because you see it and it's like, it looks cute and everything.
No.
That's the funny thing. No, it's, Yuri, that's all I'm going to say.
It's Yuri?
Well, yeah, she's like, pretty fucked up.
You mean Yandere?
Yeah.
Yuri's girl on girl.
No, like, the name of the character is Yuri.
You mean Monica?
No, Monica. Spoilers for this video in case everyone's wondering. No, Monica is like Monica. I know Monica's like the one that's behind everything and everything, but
Yeah.
Yuri's the one that like fucking stabs herself and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But okay. So let's put this into perspective. So going into this game, I had only seen one thing, and that was when I watched like the last snippet of a Lost Pause video that this guy showed me, and it was when the one chick Sayuri fucking hanged herself, and I was like, all right, you got my interest. Is this like some like dark shit where like your actions have consequences, like life is strange and shit? No, it was anything but that. I went into it completely blind, only knowing that.
Did you ever even hear of Doki Doki Literature Club before I showed you
No,
that?
I hadn't.
So you saw the cute design when you first watched it. Nah, that's something I want to play. But then, she's hanging herself?
I like dark shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Anything that's fucking dark, I fucking love. Like, okay, if it's gonna make me feel like shit, I like that.
Just get married then.
We're not gonna do that yet, but but okay. So then I started playing the game, and he was there with me, and when I tried my hardest to like save Sayori because I thought that that's something I could do. No, she dies no matter what you fucking do. Whatever choice you make is not gonna fucking work out.
What are you talking about? You two were just hanging out.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't really grasp the swing of things.
Yeah. Yuri couldn't make the cut either.
Yeah, and Monica, well, she's just fucked up.
Yeah.
But basically,
Has nice eyes though. You could stare at him for an eternity.
yeah. So, as you play the game, you then so after Sayori dies, she then gets booted out of the game. Yes, this is no longer a cutesy fucking dating sim. No, this is like a psychological horror kind of experience where if someone dies, they get booted out of the game.
And then there'd be like a pixelated version of, or like whatever character just so happened to die, with bits and pieces of Monica in, like, I don't know, code?
Yeah,
or something
code.
like that.
Like in the code and like the images and stuff. Like as you play, certain things will happen, and people will start to act more fucked up. Certain lines of dialogue will happen that don't match, the cutesy little nature.
It's just
of
been completely deleted from the game.
Yeah, and it's near the end of the game where basically, not Monica, Yuri fucking stabs herself repeatedly, and then you're forced to I think it's like in actual game time where you have to wait 48 hours because unless you hit the skip button, because that's what I did, because I was not going to keep pressing A for fucking however long it wanted me to press A for.
Yeah, you just skipped it, and even then you were waiting at least a couple minutes.
Yeah, but you essentially wait with Yuri's dead body for the whole weekend. And then everybody comes in, and then Natsuki is like, oh my god, and she fucking runs up, they're vomiting and shit, and then Monica's like, oh, okay. And then it turns out that Monica was behind everything. Because she just wanted to spend time with you. Now, isn't that sweet? She went out of her way just to fucking spend time with us.
That girl's a keeper.
Yeah. I mean, if a girl's crazy and she goes through that length, it must be love. It must be love. But then afterwards, she makes you spend, an eternity staring at her eyes. And now,
I'm just asking you, really, vague, not vague, just generic questions.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite color? What? Just that kind of stuff.
Funnily enough, her favorite color was green, and his favorite color is green.
Yeah.
So there's something in common.
Yeah.
So she's in your league, right? She's in your league. But
no, it's like fuck that. I don't want to lose half my shit.
Exactly. But so after that, like I started like kind of tamper with the game a little bit. I was like, all right, I want to see if there's anything I can do in this scenario that'll affect it. So I quit the game, booted it back up. Well, then she just is like, oh, something happened, but now you're back, so that's great. So I read somewhere online that if you stare at it for 45 minutes, something happens. I don't want to do that because I'm lazy as shit. So
wouldn't you want to do that then? I mean, because you're literally just sitting there waiting. I mean, if you're lazy, you're just sitting there.
I know, but I'm lazy in the fact that I don't want to wait, and I just kind of want to get it done.
So you're impatient, not lazy.
Impatient, yes. So what you actually have to do in order to like progress further, I guess, is to physically delete her from the game. And once you do that, everybody gets added back in except her. So then Sayori is the president of the club. But then Sayori becomes self-aware and then is basically like, hey, thanks for getting rid of Monica. She's a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And then Monica comes back, is like, bitch, what you say to my fucking face? And then she makes you reset the game. And then once you reset the game, it basically just like does it all over again. But what I found funny was when I actually reset the game and came back, certain little things were different. Like, I think before it was Yuri was vice president.
Yeah, Yuri was vice president, and then it was
Sayori.
Yeah.
And then I actually just noticed this when I finished it again. Instead of using the name that I used, she actually went back to calling me what I had my first profile to be.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's cool. So, but
they know.
Yeah, they know, and but the game is fucking like it's creepy. Like he can attest to it. Like there were a few times where I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like
yeah,
like it. You don't expect it, and that's what I like.
People just start like bleeding from the eyes, and
yeah, or like someone saying like, oh. It would be a lot better if this person just fucking killed herself.
Or when like Yuri just came back and she had like cuts all over her arm because she got too excited being around you.
Or when you hang out with Yuri and you accidentally cut yourself and then she goes to suck on your blood. Yeah, that actually happens.
Damn.
Also, I'm going to put a disclaimer. If you are easily...
A little bit of sucky-sucky?
A little bit of sucky-sucky, but not the sucky-sucky that the character actually wanted. I'm going to put a disclaimer, though. If you are sensitive to depression... and people saying, like, oh, it would be a lot better if people would just go and fucking kill themselves. Like, this is a very, very dark and depressing game sometimes.
Even the game admits that. Like,
it does.
There's
like, there's
a trigger warning at the very opening of the game.
This game will get extremely fucking dark. So if you were thinking of picking up this game, keep that in mind. Because... Yeah.
Just a tad.
Like, it made me a little depressed, too, when I was talking to Sayori. And she's just like, yeah, it's just everything I feel... like nothing really matters, and I'm like, okay, I can see how someone with depression or anxiety or that's really fucked up. But I can see how someone who has mental health issues like that would be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Triggered?
Not triggered. Would not react well to that. Triggered. So yeah, if you want to pick up this game, do it at your own risk. It gets very depressing and very, very violent. Like, I wasn't expecting Yuri to fucking stab herself, but she did. I wasn't expecting Natsuki to break her fucking head and have her face explode and then charge the screen, but she did. I wasn't expecting Sayori to fucking hang herself, but she did. And I wasn't expecting Monica to take over the game and become self-aware. But she did.
All because she loved you. I
said this when Yuri was doing that shit, and you were there, and I immediately said, like, if anybody's familiar with the anime Future Diary, there's a character in there that Yuri reminds me of, and her name is Yuno.
Oh yes, Yuno Gasai, the ultimate tsundere. Was it tsundere? Yandere, yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty fucked up. Like it's pretty fucked up. Like I was getting a lot of like her vibes, and it was even funnier because a lot of the times I think it was either Monica or someone else was saying like, you know, it's like, yes, I know. She's like, you know,
Yeah.
you don't have to point it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game is gonna get like a 9 out of 10 for me. It was way better than I was expecting. I didn't know what the fuck
And
was
also,
going on.
plus, it wasn't that much. Like
Exactly. Like, it's very, very cheap. Like, it's like, I think I paid like $26 for it. It might be a little bit more now. I'm not entirely
that's
sure.
because you got it.
Oh yeah, I like my gold points that I had in my Switch.
Gold
so-
points, and I think you bought it digital.
Yeah.
I was just online earlier, and I saw it anywhere from like $25 to $40 online.
Yeah, and see that's
But that's like for like the actual physical copy of the game.
yeah. And
I don't buy digital rarely, unless there's like an amazing deal. Like, oh hey, 3 games for $2, or I play PlayStation when I'm not playing my Switch, and they get the free game. So if it's like then I'll buy it. But
yeah, it's the same thing with me. Like I
Yeah.
check the Xbox games.
it's like, hey, I like free. So
I do. You can't say no to
I
free.
can't say no to free.
But this game is very reasonably priced.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take long to beat. To be honest.
No, but it's like replayability as well, because
Yeah.
you have to get all the poems or something like that.
Yeah.
I never really played it myself. I was watching him play it off to the side.
Yeah,
But-
there are side stories. I didn't do the side stories because I was mainly focused on trying to see how much I could alter the game.
Yes, and also for the physical edition of the game, they added more content.
So it's physical
Yeah,
version?
no, sorry. Well, they re-released it on consoles.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
console versions, they added more content.
Ah, okay.
I think
yeah.
with those side stories, but I never played Doki Doki. So, I watched you play it, but I never played when it originally came out.
Yeah, this is a game where you need to be very cautious because certain things can trigger people, but this game is going to get a 9 out of 10 for me because I fucking loved it. Like, what are you going to give it, Ray?
Well, I actually haven't played. I was watching you play it, but from what I've seen, I'd probably give it maybe an 8.
All right.
It could have been a bit more, but yet it is
Like-
meant to be replayed, so
Yeah.
I can't really dock it points for that.
And you know what? It grabs your attention with like the first death that happens. So then you're like, all right, I want to play more because afterwards it just boots up like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, I want to see where this goes now.
It starts off like just like a regular dating sim.
Yeah. And then it just turns into holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Yeah.
And Monica's stairs are forever going to haunt my nightmares. I don't know about you, but like I went to bed that night and I was like, I was going into my room and like I was getting a little creeped out after fucking playing it. I'm not gonna lie.
I already had a few, so I'm like, fucking, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Also, the song that plays in the game will get stuck in your head.
Because it like constantly plays
Oh yeah.
when you're playing the game.
Like nonstop.
There might even be an option to shut it off, but I don't know if we checked that or not.
I was having too much fun to even.
Yeah.
But yes, so 9 out of 10 from me, 8 out of 10 from him. I already said this, but go pick it up if you want to. Just be warned that it is very, very, very graphic and very depressing. So
Well, there's a couple scenes that are graphic, like very. I wouldn't really consider this to be like a graphic game.
I mean,
like
it's more shock value.
it's more shock value when it does happen. I mean, it's more. It is a mature game.
Oh yeah.
There are graphic scenes in it, but I wouldn't really consider it to be a graphic game.
I'd say maybe.
It's an adult game.
Yes, adult. But yes, so just be forewarned, it is very adult. It's bloody. Not like super bloody, but there is a lot of blood.
Also, this game, since you got it for Switch, it was uncensored.
Yes, so if you can, get the Switch version.
Get the Switch version.
Or get the Steam version, because it's on Steam. So,
PlayStation was the only one that was censored, and even then
Yeah.
it was just one of the death scenes, and all they did was change the color of the blood from red to gray. That's actually pretty tame compared to Sony's censorship policies.
yeah.
I'm not going to get into that.
So, if you can get the Switch version, it's a lot better. And, yeah, so we'll see you guys on our next
Then you can
video.
play it, then you can play it on the plane, in class, in church, you know?
Oh, what are you playing there, son? I'm playing Doki Doki.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, guys, we'll see you on our next video. Bye.